Hi everyone. In today's writing section lesson, we will be discussing on letter writing. Right. In this lesson, we will be discussing about the definition of letter writing. We will be discussing about the need and the importance of learning the letter writing, and we will also discuss about the format of letter writing. Right. And in our previous class, we have discussed about the note making, right, in our written section. And in this class, we will be discussing about the letter writing. And the first one will be about the definition of letter writing. And in this slide, it says that it refers to the written message, right? Letter writing means written message, and it can be on any page, right? It can be either typed one, it can be either handwritten as well, right? We cannot say that this one is letter writing because it was handwritten, and another one is not letter writing part because it is in type, right? Because letter writing include both the typed and handwritten, right? As long as it contains the written message, right? So, and the next one is usually it is sent through mail or post in an envelope, which means usually what we do is when we write a message to a person, right? When we send some message to another person, which can be in typed as well, which can be handwritten as well, right? What we do is we post them, we send it through the mail, right? That is what we call letter writing, right? And due to the changes that had occurred recently, right, due to development and the technology, right, we see that the scope of writing letters, right, the scope of sending letter through the envelope, right, through the mail seem to vanish, right? But we cannot say that it has vanished completely, right? Even though there's a changes, right? Even though there is a changes that had occurred in our world due to the technology, due to the development, right? But we can still see the communication that is happening through the letter, right? And the next one is about the types of letter writing, right? And there are two types of letter writing. The first one is formal letter and the second one is informal letter, right? And formal letter are those letters that we send to some authority, right? That we send to the person that holds some position, right? And the letter that we write to those authorities, those people in position should be professional in nature. That should have a professional quality in that letter, right? And we should directly address the authority regarding the concern, right? We do not have to go round and round about the issues, right? If let's say if I'm writing a letter to an editor, right, about the accident that is occurring on the road, right, the due to the lack of and due to the lack of traffic light, right? Traffic light and traffic signal, right? So what I need to do is I need to write a letter to that authority in a direct manner, in a professional manner, right? As well as what I should do is that I should address, right? I should address the issue directly without going round and round about the issue, right? And on the other hand, if I were to write an informal letter, what I will do is I will write to a person that I know, right? That I know personally, right? It can be your family, it can be of your friend, right? It can be your sister, your sibling, your relatives, your acquaintance, right? And when I write the letter to my friends, to my family, to my parents, to my acquaintance, what I need to do is I will put my personal touch, right? I do not have to write it in a professional manner, right? I do not have to address the issue directly, right? I can talk about anything, right? And there is no formality, right? There is no strict pattern that I need to follow while I write the informal letter, right? So these are the differences between formal letter and informal letter, right? Then comes the formal letter style, right? So we have already discussed about the types of letter writing, right? And those are formal letter and informal letter, right? And we have also discussed the what is the nature and how the formal letter should be written, right? And we have also discussed about the informal as well. And now this part is about the types of formal letter, right? It can, and those are inquiry letter, order letter, acceptance letter, complaint letter, cover letter, and promotion letter, right? And see, when we are supposed to ask something, see, अब inquiry letter में क्या होता है कि कभी कभी हमारे mind में doubt आता है, right? See, when we some face difficulties, when we have doubts in our mind, and what we need to do is we need to write a letter to some authority regarding that doubt, right? Regarding the difficulty that we are facing, right? And that letter is called inquiry letter, right? जब हम किसी अथॉरिटी को लेटर लिखते हैं अबाउट आवर डाउट अबाउट आवर डिफिकल्टीज राइट उस लेटर को बोलते हैं इंक्वायरी लेटर बिकॉज वी आर क्लियरिंग आवर डाउट इन दैट लेटर राइट हम पूछते हैं उसके बारे में हमारे जो मन में डाउट है उसके बारे में हम पूछते हैं राइट वी आर सीकिंग द आंसर टू आवर डाउट राइट So that letter is called inquiry letter, right? Then comes the order letter. अब order letter में क्या होता है? Here what we are doing is we are sending a letter to some person, right? Some authority where we are seeking some goods, right? We are ordering something, right? See, I'm a librarian and I am ordering some books, some story books and some NCRT books that I need, right? That I need in our school. And what I will do is I will write a letter to some bookshop owner, right? About the book that I need. That letter is called order letter, right? Then comes the acceptance letter. अब acceptance letter में क्या होता है कि when we apply for some job and when we apply for colleges, for universities, right? We got letter, right? हमें letter मिलता है and in that letter it is specified that I or the person, the the one who had sent the letter was chosen for that job, right? For the university, right? For that particular colleges, right? That letter is called acceptance letter, right? Then comes the complaint letter. अब complaint letter में क्या होता है? Here what we do is we complain about some issues, right? उसमें होता है complaint letter, ठीक है? Then comes the cover letter. And the next one is cover letter, right? See, in this cover letter, it usually comes with the CV, right? See, when we apply for some job, what we do is we send our CV to the company, right, to the school, to the institution, for the position that we are applying for, along with the cover letter, right, in which we have written why we wish to apply for that position, right, why I was seeking for that position, right, and what kind of experience that you have regarding that position, right. And then comes the promotion letter, and promotion letter is all about the upliftment of your position, right, where it specified that you were given the higher position, right? You were uplifted from the current position and put to another higher position than the present one, right? That letter is called promotion letter. Then comes the format of letter writing, right? Format of letter writing, and in this format, we will be discussing about the formal one, right? So in the formal one, what we need is we need the standard address, then date, then receiver address, followed by subject, salutation, main body, subscription, and signature. Let's see. Standard address, let's take an example, right? See, so editor is the one who is receiving it, right? And I am the one who is sending it, right? So the first one should be my address, right? Because I am the sender, right? Then comes the date, then comes the receiver address, which means I am sending the letter to editor, right? So here I am supposed to write the address of the editor, which means I am supposed to write the address of the location of the editor, right? Then comes the subject. Here I am going to write about the issues that I am currently addressing to, right? Say here I want to highlight the issues of water shortages in my area, right? So the subject would be the water shortage in my area, right? Then comes the salutation, which is respected sir, respected madam, right? Then comes the main body, then comes the subscription. Subscription include your sincerely, your faithfully, your obediently, right? Those are called subscription. Then comes the signature, right? And the last one is format of letter writing, and that this one is about informal one, right? So informal format of letter writing consists of sender address, date, salutation, body of letter, subscription, and signature, right? Here, what I need to do is I need to put my address first, right? Say, let's take an example here. I am sending a letter to my grandfather regarding the watch that he had given me on my birthday, right? So the address that I'm going to put first is my address, right? Because I am the sender here. Then comes the date. Then comes the salutation, which is dear grandfather, right? Dear grandpa. Then comes the body of the letter, right? Where I will be mentioning of me being grateful for the gift that he has given me on my birthday, right? Then comes the subscription, which means yours sincerely, your lovingly, right? Then comes the signature, right? So that's it for the format and that's it for the letter writing part. So here we will be completing our writing section and in the next class we will be discussing about the grammar part, right? Thank you.